Hello guys, welcome back to my third weekly wind down. Today I am drinking I wanted to say that in such a fancy way. I'm drinking Chateau Saint Michel, but really I'm drinking a Riesling from 2018. It can barely walk. And as you guys can see, I actually have on makeup. Oh, let me rewind. Welcome to my channel. My name is Amy. If you are joining me for the first time, I started a little tradition weekly to do a weekly wind down and basically just sip some wine, either do makeup or skincare. The last 2 weeks I did makeup, so this is my first time doing skincare, but I thought it would be fun to take the makeup off, chat, relax. This is also Thanksgiving week. The world is still a mess. And so I just figured let's do something fun and relaxing. For those of you who are enjoying this, thank you for hanging with me. I'm gonna put on a little headband. I filmed 3 videos today already. I was a busy girl because I've been really lazy this week. I do have some rather juicy questions. I think I'm gonna pull up my last week's video. And for those of you who haven't watched, or just a reminder that if you comment anything down below, I will answer questions, you know, talk about topics that you guys bring up, anything that you have an interest in. So let me know if you have any questions down below. We're gonna start with Milani Green Goddess Makeup Melter. I really like my makeup today, and I actually did today, bitch. Me and this light, it's always a fight. So Green Goddess Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. This has kind of a sativa oil, and I have not dove into this yet. Today I filmed an entire face of Milani. Everything you see on my face is pretty much Milani, and it was a good makeup day, so I'm pretty excited. Oh, I should have opened my phone before I put all of this on my face. And I'm going to do like my extended like pampering skincare routine to show you guys like everything that I do, because you know, some nights it's a quick double cleanse, toner, serum, moisturizer, eye cream, and then I'm done. And some nights I can drag this shit out all night. Not really, but you know, if you do everything, you do the mask, double cleanse, mask, exfoliate, cleanse, oh, I already said that, toner, essence, serum, it's a lot. If you guys have a simpler routine, like by all means do your thing. I love skincare and I love the way that my skin is when I really pamper it. This cleansing balm, whoa. I'm gonna use the Stands Out Beauty cloth. Now you can just wet this and remove your makeup just like a makeup eraser. I'm feeling like a cleansing balm. I'm feeling like doing the whole shebang. Wow. Weekly wind down number 2. Comments. Shanez says, talk about your vitamins. I talked about that in my vlog. I haven't put that vlog up yet, but my next vlog. This is from Jordell. 2 questions, if that's all right. Absolutely. Do watching ads really help you? I have seen so many ads on Insta for reusable pads. There's one company, brand Hannah. Are we talking about like makeup removing pads or like menstrual pads? The brand Hannah. I'm just gonna look it up, bruh. These are actually like menstrual pads. I have no experience with that. So I used tampons for the longest time, and I switched to a menstrual cup probably going on a year, maybe not that long, maybe 6 months, but it's been a while, and I would never go back. I love it. I use the Intimina, I don't know how to pronounce that. I use that one and I love it. Honestly, like it has saved me so much, like buying shit. You're not putting chemicals in your body. It's just made of silicone. So I really love that. That's what I use and I swear by it. Does watching ads really help you? Yes, it helps a tremendous amount. So the way that I understand it, ooh, I'm gonna go in with Good Molecules Rosewater Daily Cleansing Gel. Wow, I look a mess, but it's fine. And my PMD, I'm gonna use these together. I'll have everything linked below too. So yes, watching ads definitely helps. So I'll break it down. Basically, I have a relatively small channel. Views for me are down, and that's not anything surprising. A lot of people's views are down. So I'm not like, woe is me, it's just what's happening right now. So the way that the ads help in general is that ads on my videos can earn me money. It's like, it's pennies on the dollars, but every little bit helps. So when you watch an ad on the video, if you watch, you know, until the time that you can skip it, it may be literally like 1 cent or less, who knows. When you watch the entirety of the ad, from my understanding, I do earn a bit more. It could be double, it could be 2 cents, who knows. I'm just throwing a number out there just as an example. And if you click on the ads, I will earn even more. And that's for every single person on YouTube who has ads. So the longer that you watch them, the better. If you click on them, even better. But yes, ads do help. It is incremental and it just really slowly adds up. So if you have a creator that you truly want to support, watching ads is a way that you can do it without spending a dime. Obviously, yes, it'll take a few extra seconds, but I always tell people, if it's someone like me or smaller, a little bit bigger, if you're like, oh, you know, I love her, I want to support, but this particular video doesn't interest me, throw it on while you're washing dishes or doing anything else, and that helps. It's a view, you know? There are other ways to help, and I like to throw this out there, not just for myself, but literally anyone. If you watch my video, I'm just going to use myself as an example, but everything I'm going to tell you will definitely apply to anybody's small creator that you want to support. If you look into my description box, I have links to brands that will earn money. Now, I definitely don't want anybody to like go out of their way to spend money in order for me to get commission, not at all. But let's say for instance that you were interested in Good Molecules. I have an affiliate link with them, so if you click on that link and you purchase anything, I get a little tiny bit and it helps, it adds up. I also added, and a lot of people have these too, it's nothing like weird or different, I have a Patreon account and I just kind of like updated it. I never used it, and for a long time I wouldn't talk about it because I didn't want to feel like I was like begging people for money, but a lot of people do it and it's just a way to supplement. So if someone wants to support, you can look down, you can click the link in my Patreon and just check it out if you want to. You don't have to commit to anything, but Patreon allows you to subscribe with a small monetary amount and get access to, you know, it could be access to chats, lives, polls, various things. And I put 4 different tiers starting at just a few dollars. Obviously I would never ask or expect that, but that would be helpful as well for anyone who you do want to support, but you don't have an interest in using affiliate links, or like you aren't really interested in the brands that I promote, for instance. You can always do Patreon. I also have a Ko-Fi listed below, which that's pretty common as well for smaller creators. And Ko-Fi allows you to give a tip or tip a coffee, and it could be $3, $6, whatever you want to give. And that's a one-time thing, but Patreon's a subscription. Okay, I probably went into way more detail than what she was asking for. I'm sorry. Without spending a single dime, views, likes, comments, also letting the ads play, all of that helps a lot, and you do not have to spend a single cent. I think I pretty much covered that. If you have questions about like any of that kind of stuff, put it in the comments below. I'll either reply or respond in my next video. Oh, thank you. Mallory is just being super sweet. Love you in your videos. Thank you so much, Mallory. Okay, so Tyra says, I want to ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years, as in marriage, kids, and doing your channel as well? I'm switching headbands because the metal one was poking me. It's, you know, it's hard. I'll tell you guys, we're really diving deep on these. So I'm going to use the Sand and Sky Australian Pink Clay Pore Refining Mask. Detox and brighten. You know, I don't know. If you had asked me a few years ago, I would have probably like rattled off a bunch of stuff. But I'll just tell you, like, I have been married before, which if you guys saw my first weekly wind down, I kind of opened up about that, which is not something I had ever done on YouTube, ever. Never even mentioned it, not a whiff of it. But I'm not opposed to marriage, but it's not something that I feel like I need. Let's just put it this way. If I get married, great. If I don't, it's okay. As for kids, you know, I've never really been a kid person. I think because I've never truly been around a lot of kids. You know, I like my friends' kids and stuff, but when it comes to me having a kid, I can't picture it. Like, I can't mentally get there. And maybe it's just because I'm not where I thought I would be by this age, but I think that's so typical. I think a lot of us feel that way. But as of right now, I don't see it. Like, I don't see it or feel it. Wow, that's the worst answer ever. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know where I see my channel going. I thought that, you know, growth would be a little bit different. Like, I knew it would be tough, and it is. You know, I just never felt like I was gonna go backwards. And I always felt like as long as I'm moving forward, I felt like it would be cool, it'd be fine. But I feel like lately it's just like moving backwards. It's such a struggle. And it's just YouTube. Like it's, you know, it's whatever. It's just YouTube. But I'd like to still do my channel. I don't know what that would look like 5 years from now. I don't know how it would change and evolve. I think it would have to change in some way. I'd like to move. I'd like to travel. I'd like to maybe incorporate that a little bit more travel, obviously, when the world rights itself. So yeah, I don't really know where I see myself in 5 years. I always hoped that by the age I am now, that I would have at least made up my mind. Do you want kids? Do you not want kids? But I think like if you get to a certain point and you still haven't wanted them, then maybe you never will. I don't know. It's such a weird thing for me. I've always been like the different one. In my group of friends, I am the only one who's not married. I'm the only one without kids. In my hometown, I was always a little bit like weird. Like I always wanted something different, you know? And maybe that's where YouTube came in and that's why it's a good fit. Who knows? But that's a good question, but I do not have a good answer. This is what I was looking for. This person's name is Sassy Chanel. People are crazy about fillers, Botox, face surgeries, facelifts, nose jobs, chin tucks, etc. Would you do any of those if you could? Another question came to mind. I know you had your chest done, talking about implants. Do you mind sharing your experience? Any pain years on? Do I regret it? Do you wish maybe you went bigger or smaller? If it's a personal question, I completely understand. I don't mind talking about that. So if you guys don't know, I had breast augmentation when I was actually 19, but it was like 10 days before my 20th birthday. I paid for them myself. I was working at a newspaper from the time I was like, I think it was 17 until I was like 19 or 20. I worked at a newspaper and I saved up money consistently every week. And I decided after like a lot of thinking about it, I was very flat chested. I was like barely an A cup. And I was very self-conscious of it. And I talked about it when I was like a teenager, but you know, obviously you want to wait and to make sure that you're fully developed, but nothing happened. Nothing at all happened. So I decided and I went and I did it. I love that I did it. I've never regretted it. I have always felt more confident. I've always felt a little bit more feminine. I felt like it was a really good choice for me. I still do. It's been years since I had them done. I was told like maybe 5 years you want to get them replaced, maybe 10 years. But I can tell you that I've surpassed 5 years and they look great, feel great. They feel a little bit more natural. They've fallen a little bit to look like now if somebody saw me, I don't think that they would think that I had implants. Like the first couple of years, it was obvious. I kind of wish I had gone slightly bigger, but at the time it was perfect for me because I was much thinner and at the time it fit my frame, maybe just a little big, but you know what I mean. I never wanted giant boobs, but the size that I am now, like I wouldn't mind being a tiny bit bigger, but I'd rather err on the side of caution and stay with what I am instead of risk going like too big, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna put my hair up actually because I'm being annoyed. So I actually took my mom with me, or she brought me back. So we went for my pre-surgery consultation, had the surgery, stayed the night in a hotel that was like right beside the hospital, went back the next morning and had everything checked out and make sure like A-okay, no problems. That day we went home, so the day after surgery, I was wrapping Christmas presents that day and I had minimal pain, but I will tell you that I took my pain meds around the clock, like exactly when you're supposed to. And my boyfriend, ex at the time, was in the medical field and he was like, no, just take it exactly like 4 hours or 8 hours or whatever it was. That way you don't have any pain and you know, it's no big deal. And I would say within a week I felt fine. Like there was no problems. There was swelling obviously, but I have no residual pain apart from a little bit of like nerve pain, and I had mine cut the bottom half of the nipple instead of like underneath or through the armpit or anything, and I think that for me is perfect. It didn't feel invasive. I didn't feel like I had some massive surgery or anything. I also used to obsessively say that I wanted my nose done. I used to say that when I was like 15 years old. I just said I hated my nose. I hate it. I think I've grown out of that phase. I don't really think that I would do that anymore, because I feel like you run the risk, like I would want to change it this much, and I feel like you run the risk of it's changed this much and you no longer look like yourself. I wouldn't mind having a little Kybella, or is that what it is, that like dissolves the fat under your chin. And I don't know. I don't judge people who have anything done. If you want to have it done, have it done. Some people do go like to the extremes, which I don't personally like, but I'm not going to bash on them. Like, it's their life, their body, you know, it's completely up to them. I don't really know that there's anything else I would do. I would get my boobs redone, like if necessary, or when the time comes. I would totally do that. Lipo scares me to death. I don't know how people do that, because I think I've seen one too many videos of how like rough they are and they're just jabbing it in there, and I'm like, oh. I'm not scared of blood or anything, but that like forceful stabbing is enough to just, ugh, it's the only thing that bothers me. Well, and the breaking of the nose a little bit. I've always thought about getting like a teensy bit of lip filler in the top, but once again, I feel like I would want this much, and I'm afraid you get that much. So yeah, no judgment here. I don't judge anybody for having anything like that done. If that's your thing, then totally. Sarah said there's a Scientology compound about 25 minutes away from her. Is that Celebrity Center? Do you live by Celebrity Center? You gotta tell me. Because we talked about that Scientology Leah Remini show in my last weekly wind down. Grin Spoon Girl says, what kind of music do you listen to? Have you ever played an instrument? Do you sing? So music. I actually love to sing. I think if I had like singing lessons, I might have been like decent. In my head, my singing sounds good, but I love singing. Like, as long as I don't feel uncomfortable or like somebody's watching me, I won't sing in front of people, but I love singing. I love it so much. As for music, I do have a very eclectic taste, but 9 times out of 10, what I wind up listening to is like some form of hip hop. Like, I don't even know what category you would call like Joji, Post Malone, which he's a little bit more hip hop, but even now he's a little different. I love that type of music, but you'll also catch me listening to like 70s rock. I'll listen to like R&B, more popular music. I don't listen to a lot of country. Like, there's a few country songs, but I'm not really into it. I think because growing up where I did, everybody was listening to country all the time and I hated it. Yeah. If I were to like get in the car and go drive somewhere, I would probably put some type of hip hop, rap, something. Maybe that's weird. Like, some people think that's really weird. That's what I listen to, but it's what I like. I could listen to, you know, Post Malone's album all the time, Childish Gambino, Wale, lots of artists. I could go on and on and on, but usually I wind up picking out like 1 or 2 songs from everybody, and that's what I really like to listen to. And I also like a lot of ballads. Like, I love singing like female ballads. I wish I could sound like Amy Lee from Evanescence. I love her voice. So yeah, is that weird? Maybe. Okay, Samantha's asking stuff about me and Zach getting together. If you watch my first weekly wind down, there is a ton of stuff in that video. Lindsay says, how do you motivate yourself to work out? I don't know. When you figure that out, you tell me, because I have been so bad about working out lately. So bad. I need to get on it. That Scientology shit is fucking nuts. Nancy says, I give a shit. I think last time I was like, nobody gives a shit. Incorporate drugstore items. Yes. That full face of Milani should be right up your alley. A lot of people are saying about the knockoff brush heads for Clarisonic, because I mentioned that. I'm not opposed to using them, but like the benefit of using Clarisonic brush heads was that it had that antimicrobial finish on them. It's not just like plastic, and that way it doesn't hold bacteria. And the ones that I've found don't necessarily say that. Like, it might have an antimicrobial finish, but it might not. And I can tell when my Clarisonic gets to the point where I need to change the brush head, I'll start breaking out. So my fear is that if they don't have that finish and it's just like, you know, plasticky bristles, I don't know. That's why I've just been opting for like my PMDs, because they're medical grade silicone. Okay, Melissa said, do you believe in reincarnation? If so, who do you think you might have been throughout history? This mask is almost ready to come off. So I guess if I had to say, I'd say no, but like, no shame in anybody's game. Whatever you believe, I 100% respect. Now, if I had thought I was someone from the past, I feel like, this is gonna sound stupid, but I feel like I would have been like, not Bonnie, because I wouldn't be killing people, like a moonshiner. And I feel like I would have been a powerful bitch. Does that make sense? Because it tries to come out of me every now and then. Okay, there's more comments, but that's pretty much like the juicier type of questions. I am going to rinse this off because I'm taking way too long to do my skincare. All right, I'm gonna do Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Peel. This is the extra strength peel. And if you don't know, these are amazing. I feel like when I use these, my skin is so much smoother, more even. Breakouts are less, pores are smaller. It does like everything. My skin loves them. So I'm curious what you guys have been doing. If you've been shopping, I didn't realize that like Black Friday was gonna start on like Monday, but I promise you I have gone crazy buying stuff. Like I don't know what has come over me, but I don't know, in my head I was like, you just need to buy everything. I ordered from P. Louise, I ordered from ColourPop, I ordered from Beauty Bakery, I ordered from Shein. Like I ain't making that much money. Like I need to calm down. Every little bit that I make from YouTube or a sponsorship or whatever usually just goes into more makeup, maybe clothes every now and then. But like honestly, I ordered from Boohoo with your guys' recommendations, and once I got everything in, it was kind of like ill-fitting because like I think I've gained a little bit of weight, and I just haven't wanted to film the video because I don't want to put the clothes on and feel bad. I don't want to feel crappy in my clothes, and I feel like I do lately. But anyway, I went crazy. I went so crazy. And tomorrow, ColourPop is launching that really beautiful palette. It's something hue, but it's really pretty and colorful, and it looks so cute. So I may have to break down and buy that. All right, so I'm using step 2. How is my skincare taking longer than my makeup? What am I doing with myself? All right, I'm gonna use a little Kopari Coconut Rose Toner just to further hydrate and balance my pH. Hey, I'm gonna use Dr. Dennis Gross Stress Rescue Super Serum. Wow. So have you guys gone crazy doing any shopping with the sales? I need to chill out. Filorga OptimEyes. I'm purely using this one because it's on this table and I didn't grab one, so there you go. I am almost out of this. This is the Youth to the People Maki Acai Prickly Pear Goji Oil, Superberry Hydrate and Glow Oil. Alright, I'm going to use my Skin Ink Light. I usually do this when I have some extra time or I just want to pamper. You were just getting charged. Well, I guess I'm not using that. It's been charging for like an hour and it's still not charged, but I'm just going to use my Gua Sha then. Sometimes I'll do both, but Gua Sha is so good. Like you can drain your lymphatic fluid, and it's, to me, this is much better than a jade roller. This will also kind of like engage your muscles. You'll actually feel it. You just got to be a little firm about it. You can engage your muscles. You're helping like kind of go against gravity. Like obviously gravity's gonna win, but you can kind of go against the gravity, massage the muscles, lymphatic drainage, and it will help to like depuff. I know my skincare routine's probably crazy, but I like it. So I like to talk about what I've been watching because I feel like we're all watching stuff right now. I finally watched the movie Notting Hill. I had never seen that movie until like, I think Monday I watched it. Today is Wednesday when I'm filming this. And I loved it. Like, I loved the movie. And it's just one of those, like, you know, little romantic comedies. But Hugh Grant's roommate is the professor from the 5-Year Engagement. And but his scene when he goes outside the front door and sees the paparazzi, and then he comes back in his underwear and he's like, oh, how'd I look? I was dying laughing with his one butt cheek hanging out. I don't know, I thought it was a really cute movie. And then last night I watched a movie called In a Relationship, which I found kind of funny, kind of entertaining. I mainly watched it because one of the actors is Nikki from This Is Us, as like when he was like a 20-year-old or 18-year-old or whatever. I caught up on Grey's. I'm not gonna spoil new stuff. Like I will not say anything about Grey's. I can just tell you that they're assholes. Like Grey's, they're assholes. Because the newer episodes, oh my god, I won't spoil it. I'm not gonna say anything because if you haven't watched it and you are a fan of Grey's, you need to see it. But they're not coming back, I think, for a few weeks at least, or maybe till after Christmas. I'm not sure. But that's what I've been catching up on. I watched this documentary too. What was it called? Girl Next Door, about Stacey Valentine, who was like a porn star in the 90s. And I love documentaries. It doesn't really matter what it's about. I'm obsessed with documentaries, like mainly about murder. Like if I can find them about murder, I obviously like them. But this was like how she became a porn star, how she started doing it and got into the industry, and like how it was going for her. And it was such an interesting thing. There's definitely a lot of raunchiness in it, but I don't know, I found it a little bit more sad than anything. You would think that would be maybe weird or gross or entertaining, but I found it kind of sad. I don't know. That's pretty much it for my skincare routine. This has been a weird one, so I hope you guys enjoyed hanging with me. I've got a teensy bit of wine left, so I am going to chill out. We've also been catching up on The Masked Singer. I usually don't watch like kitschy shows like that, but for some reason, I think it's because of the singing. If somebody sings an emotional song and they have emotion in the song, I will usually cry. And even sometimes on that show, I've like started tearing up, but it's just cute. It's a cute show, and I haven't watched season 3 yet. We're in the middle of it, so we haven't even started the like current season, but it's a cute show. I'm starting to ramble again. I felt like I had nothing to talk about, and now I'm rambling and I can't shut up. So I hope you guys enjoyed winding down with me. Please leave some comments down below if you have questions, topics, if you just want to be like, what is your thoughts on blank, let me know, other than politics, because after getting like berated about even like slightly mentioning politics. Don't ask me why I'm spraying setting spray. All right, so that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Oh, and if you didn't catch it, I have Colored Rain Mystery Box unboxing already uploaded. Yes Style haul already uploaded. That's K-Beauty, J-Beauty, really fun stuff. Be sure to check out some of my other videos. The views really mean a lot to me. Any likes, comments, views, ads playing, whatever. And if you're curious about it, you can click the link. I have a link for my Patreon and a link for Ko-Fi. Only if you're interested. Please do not feel pressured. It's just a way that you can support, but only if it's right for you. You know what I mean? So thank you guys so much, and I will see you really soon in my next one. Bye guys.